Benny Andersson was born on December 16, 1946, in Stockholm, Sweden, into a family where music was already a natural part of everyday life. His father, Gusta, and grandfather, Ephraim, both played the accordion, and they introduced Benny to traditional Swedish music from a very young age. When he was only 6 years old, he received his own accordion, beginning a lifelong connection with melodies and songwriting. He explored many styles, from Swedish folk traditions to international pop and rock. His first records included music by Katarina Valente and Elvis Presley, and he was especially fascinated by songs featuring piano. By the age of 10, Benny had his own piano and taught himself to play. Although school did not capture his attention, music quickly became his true passion, leading him toward the career that would eventually make him a worldwide icon. Benny's rise through Swedish pop and the beginning of his creative partnerships. As a teenager, Benny began performing at youth clubs and developing his skills as a musician. At 15, he left school and focused on building a future in music. During this period, he met Christina Grunwald, with whom he had 2 children. In 1964, Benny joined the group Elverkets Spelmanslag, an early step that helped him gain confidence as a performer and songwriter. Later that year, he became the keyboard player for the Hep Stars, one of Sweden's most successful pop groups of the 1960s. The band initially performed mostly cover songs, but Benny soon emerged as their main creative force. He wrote several successful songs, including Sunny Girl and Wedding, proving his talent for creating memorable melodies. His growing reputation led him to meet Björn Ulvaeus in 1966, beginning one of the most important songwriting partnerships in modern pop history, the formation of ABBA and the 4 voices that changed music forever. Benny's partnership with Björn became the foundation for a new musical direction. Together, they began writing songs while also working closely with singers Agnetha Fältskog and Annie Frid Lyngstad. Their voices created a unique harmony that convinced Benny and Björn they could build something special. The 4 first performed together during a trip to Cyprus in 1970, where a casual beach performance unexpectedly became a concert for United Nations soldiers. Over time, their collaboration grew stronger, and they began recording and performing as a group. Their early songs, including People Need Love and Hello, Old Man, showed the potential of their combined talents. Manager Stig Andersson believed they could achieve international success and encouraged them to continue developing their sound. Eventually, the group adopted the name ABBA, formed from the first letters of the members' names, marking the beginning of a new era in pop music. Waterloo, Eurovision triumph, and ABBA's explosion into global fame. ABBA's breakthrough arrived in 1974 with Waterloo, a song that transformed their career forever. After winning Sweden's Eurovision selection, the group performed at the Eurovision Song Contest and claimed victory with their energetic performance and unforgettable style. The success of Waterloo opened doors across Europe and introduced ABBA to audiences around the world. The group's colorful costumes, polished performances, and innovative production helped them stand apart from other artists of the time. Although they faced doubts after their first success, ABBA quickly proved they were not a one-hit wonder. Songs like SOS, Mamma Mia, and Fernando became international favorites, while their albums gained popularity in numerous countries. Their combination of emotional songwriting, powerful vocals, and Benny's sophisticated keyboard arrangements created a sound that remained instantly recognizable and continues to influence musicians today. The golden era of ABBA and the songs that defined a generation. By the mid-1970s, ABBA had become one of the biggest music acts in the world. Their album Arrival introduced some of their most famous songs, including Dancing Queen, Money, 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 and Knowing Me, Knowing You. Dancing Queen became a global anthem and remains one of the most celebrated pop songs ever recorded. ABBA's tours attracted massive audiences, including their famous Australian performances that later inspired the film ABBA, the movie. Their success continued with albums such as Voulez-Vous and Super Trooper, which produced unforgettable hits including Chiquitita, Gimme, Gimme, "Gimme," and the winner takes it all. Behind the glamorous image, however, the members were dealing with personal pressures. Constant touring, worldwide fame, and changing relationships created challenges that would eventually affect the future of the group. The personal struggles, behind the music, and the end of the original ABBA era. Although ABBA's songs often celebrated love, happiness, and romance, the personal lives of the members became increasingly complicated. Agnetha Fältskog and Björn Ulvaeus divorced in 1979, while Benny and Annie Frid Lyngstad separated in 1981. Their changing relationships influenced some of their later music, especially songs that explored heartbreak and emotional conflict. The album The Visitors reflected a more mature and serious side of ABBA, with themes of loneliness, separation, and uncertainty. Despite their personal difficulties, the group continued working professionally and released successful songs. However, the emotional connection that had helped define their earlier years was changing. By 1982, recording became more difficult, and plans for new projects were abandoned. Their final single, Under Attack, marked the end of ABBA's original run, closing a remarkable chapter in music history. Life after ABBA, and the different paths taken by its members. After ABBA's breakup, Benny Andersson and Björn Ulvaeus continued to achieve major success. They created the musical Chess, contributed to the development of Mamma Mia, and remained influential figures in the entertainment industry. Benny continued composing music and became respected as one of Sweden's greatest musical creators. Meanwhile, Agnetha and Annie Frid chose quieter lives away from constant public attention. Agnetha struggled with fame, stage anxiety, and personal losses, including the deaths of her parents. She eventually returned to music with occasional projects, but maintained a private lifestyle. Annie Frid also experienced major changes, including family challenges and personal tragedies. While their paths changed, all four members remained connected through the legacy of ABBA, whose music continued finding new audiences across generations. Benny Andersson's private life, family challenges, and continued creativity. Despite his fame, Benny Andersson has always valued privacy and allowed his music to represent him more than public statements. His personal life included relationships, family responsibilities, and periods of difficulty that were rarely discussed openly. His marriage to Annie Frid ended during ABBA's final years, but the two maintained respect for each other afterward. Benny later married Mona Norklit, and together they built a quieter family life, away from the intense spotlight of ABBA's peak years. Throughout the decades, Benny remained dedicated to songwriting, composing orchestral works, musicals, and new recordings. His ability to combine emotional storytelling with unforgettable melodies kept him relevant long after ABBA's original success. At an advanced age, he continues to be recognized as a musical genius whose creativity helped define one of the most successful groups in history. ABBA's lasting legacy and the truth about their remarkable journey. The story of ABBA is not only about glittering costumes, chart-topping songs, and worldwide fame. It is also a story of friendship, creativity, love, heartbreak, and resilience. Benny Andersson's journey from a young Swedish accordion player to an international music legend shows the power of dedication and imagination. The group's members experienced incredible success, but also faced personal struggles that shaped their music and their lives. Even decades after their original breakup, ABBA's songs continue to inspire listeners around the world. Their return to public attention in later years proved that their appeal had never disappeared. Benny's contributions remain at the center of that legacy, reminding fans that behind every unforgettable melody is a human story filled with passion, challenges, and perseverance. The enduring influence of Benny Andersson and the music that lives forever. At 78, Benny Andersson remains a symbol of artistic excellence and musical innovation. His career has stretched across generations, from his early days in Swedish pop to creating some of the most recognizable songs in global music history. Through ABBA, he helped create melodies that continue to bring people together at celebrations, concerts, and personal moments around the world. His journey reveals both the triumphs and struggles behind fame, showing that even legends experience uncertainty and change. While ABBA may have begun as four individuals with different dreams, their combined talent created something timeless. Benny's story is ultimately about the lasting power of music and the ability of a simple melody to survive decades, connect generations, and remain alive long after the moment it was first created.